seer, seeker, a visionary, and a medium. Every Sunday except for right now, but most Sundays I present to you spiritual thought leaders from around our world and beyond. And today it is my great honor and pleasure and deep gratitude to my beautiful, amazing friend, John Thaddeus Fiore. John is an EFT practitioner, a master at the emotional freedom technique, otherwise known as tapping. He's an incredible psychic and a profound healer. And he's also, I'm honored to say, my dear friend. And so I want to welcome you all to our beautiful broadcast today. I'll let John take over in just a moment. I want to just give you a little heads up. No, go ahead, John. I'll pass it to you first. Welcome, John.
See, thanks for those introductions. It's always really enlightening for me to hang out with you, and we hang out occasionally and have a Zoom together, and we have some deep spiritual chats, and I love bouncing stuff off of you and vice versa. And I really love connecting with you and your whole high vibrational tribe, as we had a nice discussion online today about right and wrong. And I loved listening to all, watching and reading all of the different perspectives. And I think it's a testimony to how we can all have our opinions, okay? And we can all respect one another. That's the big picture I like to get out of what does it mean to be a high vibrational master? Well, it means mutual respect and love of self and others. And there's a lot of meaning to that. So
what does it mean to you?
It means to me living a full life from a place that I feel good, and that place is love. So I share my perspectives from a place of love, not needing to be right or wrong, with deep appreciation of what someone else feels, and just me having the ability to share my perspective. I appreciate that. To some people, it means something. To some, it doesn't, and that's okay, as long as it means something to me. But I love sharing it with people of like-minded, that are like-minded, in that we can all share our perspectives from a place of love instead of who needs to be right or wrong. So if that answers the question, see, I don't know.
Definitely, it does. I'm listening, but I'm also typing up in order to share it. Like you mentioned earlier, what we're doing here today. So I want to share it, but first let me type this up and share it, and I'll let you talk about whatever you want to talk about, and then we'll tune into that. Or if you want to talk about that, and then I'll jump in. I just want to make sure I get it shared out to the groups, if that's okay, John.
Yeah, we well, see, we have, I think you posted a fundraiser.
Yes.
And what I had felt was, okay, if you'd like to get a little message from Spirit and donate to this fundraiser with C, see, I gotta say this. I so much appreciate getting messages from Spirit.
Yes.
I connect with people in the mental health field, okay? I connect with all different types of people. And I wanted to say, I'm not going to mention any names, but I connected with a beautiful psychotherapist a couple of weeks ago. Okay? And I was honored that this soul asked for some information from Spirit from me, because I was able to give it from a broad range of perspective. I have a mental health background, a spiritual background. I have an experienced background in business, and what I'm saying is to be able to give these messages, that they help heal people.
Yes.
Okay? They don't have to be deep psychotherapeutic sessions. They're just little messages that help people to shift their perspective. And what I really like about them is there are simplicities in the information that we give. See, it could be as simple as understanding something, okay? And the understanding brings healing. So I want everybody to know messages from spirit are usually very gentle, kind, and simple. They don't have to be some hard processes that you have to do. Messages from spirit will always be, I feel, very simple to understand, and little pieces of advice that can shift your life in positive ways. So that's the way I view messages from spirit.
I love that. I want to thank you for sharing that, John. I want to say hi to Kim, and Kim. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, Kim McElwain, my awesome friend Kim McElwain, animal communicator and animal Reiki master. Kim Conway, beautiful soul, also psychic. Kim Siegel, beautiful shamanic healer. Also my dear friend. I love you all so much. Welcome everyone. If I don't see your name yet, I will be. Welcome. Andrea, welcome everybody. Yep, I have to go back and forth to Facebook now to actually see the comments, but that's okay. And YouTube. Hi everybody on YouTube. So okay, so there's a fundraiser. In case you didn't see the fundraiser, it's under C's Family Fundraiser, and my beautiful mom is transitioning at this time. That's what's happening. That's the short of it. And so what I'm doing right now is running a fundraiser for cremation and expenses, because my mom didn't prepare ahead of time. And I'm sure like some people might see that as a bad thing, but good, bad, right, or wrong, there is none of that, right, John? And so I want to share this because honestly, at first I was like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do about that? I'm not ready for that, and but so Spirit kept showing me, create a fundraiser. There are people that are going to want to donate. They're going to want to help, and your story is going to inspire. And so in the midst of, chaos or whatever, it wasn't all chaos. It was, a lot of emotions up and down, a lot of that. You get one call, oh, she's doing better. And the next call, she's going to die today. Quickly make a funeral arrangement. Like, what? Oh my God. But anyway, so here I'm doing it. And I'm really grateful. I made the fundraiser for $1,500, and that should cover the cremation, whatever. I don't have to go through all the details. I'm just saying I made it for what we need, and I appreciate all the donations we've already gotten directly to the fundraiser itself, with no expectations from anyone. And I'm so grateful for that. And my beautiful friend John here offered to do readings with me today to generate more money for the same reason. And so this, if this is touching your life, if you're drawn to do this, if you're drawn to get a reading today, awesome. That's where the funds are going, and it's definitely a blessing. And if you're drawn to, follow the fundraiser or donate on that page, you can do that as well. For the readings today, donate to the PayPal link, just so we know that you've donated for this specific event. But to follow the fundraiser, because I'm sharing my heart there, and anybody is welcome to share what's on their heart as well. And it's really amazing the powerful messages that have been coming through, and John, I want to share like the broader perspective. It's like some moments I'm definitely, I was not so much now. In the very beginning, very low vibrational. And then, but I would still, even in the depths of despair, I would still have moments of clarity, John, where I can see from broader perspective. And I would be reminded, we are infinite beings. We are eternal. This is only the ending of one particular body. So it's like graduating high school or college. You're done with that course. My mom is almost done with this, but she's always been a teacher. And, so even in her transitioning, she's still teaching so many people now. And anyway, I'll just give it to you now, because that's where I've got to say right at the moment. And I'm going to put the PayPal link in the comments.
Yeah, go ahead, see. The low moments that you speak of, what I'd like everybody to understand is that it's part of the process. And when you're down and you're feeling low, okay, The best thing,
I swear.
the best thing that I can say to people is, okay, you're down, you're feeling low, just be with that. Accept and be compassionate with yourself. You're not always going to be vibing like your spirit, but you're in human form, and the human form part. What comes with that is the up and down moments. So in the down moments, you certainly don't want to judge yourself for that, or say I'm doing something wrong, or I should be doing this, or I should be doing that. Guys, this is where we can become our own worst enemies sometimes. We feel like we're not doing it right. So on the grand scale of things, if we can give ourselves a break and be compassionate with ourselves through our down moments, okay, we get back to the high moments quicker.
Yeah.
Because when you're compassionate with yourself in the down moments, see, from a spiritual perspective and a vibrational perspective, you are taking the time to appreciate that, hey, there are times when I'm going to feel low, and that's okay. And doing that appreciation of seeing that and recognizing that is what raises your vibration. That it's like God saying to you, hey, take it easy on yourself. If I don't judge you, why should you?
Oh, I love that.
Just the way people can understand it a little better, see?
No,
without some grand spiritual meaning, you know? God says, I don't judge you. Why should you?
No, that's the truth. And you know, something else that I really profoundly important that I realized is that, okay, so when my dad transitioned, I was 23 years old. I didn't know anything about what I know now. And my sadness continued. I didn't know to get out of it. I didn't know anything. I just knew that's what I felt. And I kept feeling it and focusing on what I felt and focusing on the death and focusing. And it took me 20 years to get out of that depression. Okay. It became a personality disorder. It became a thing, you know? So now I'm like, I'm not going there and I don't need to go there, you know? And so I can visit the deep emotions. I can cry and I can feel what I want to feel, but at the same time, I can choose, John, I can choose to focus on the broader perspective that my mom and I are still in spirit right now together, projecting our piece of ourselves here into these bodies, having this human experience, you know, that we're always going to be together, that we were together before, that we're together now. She even asked me when I saw her, she goes, have you been to heaven? I said, yes, Mom, so have you. She goes, is it nice? Yes, Mom. Are they going to let me in? Yes, Mom. Everybody loves me. Everybody loves you, Mom. You know? And then my brother, my birth brother, whom I hadn't spoken to in a long time, we reconnected now. He called me and we both called my mom. He called my mom. And to me, that's just, I feel like if I died today, John, I'd be soul satisfied. You know?
Yeah.
I got my mom home from the hospital so she could be where she wanted to be and reconnect her, and with her granddaughter too. I didn't do it, but I did facilitate and inspire these things. They did it themselves. I don't create anybody else's reality but my own, but I'm so grateful for that. And, you know, and today I want to share one more thing. My brother said to me, you know, our birthdays are coming up. I'm March 29th and he's April 10th. And he said, maybe we could spend them together. Wow. Be the first time in 10 years. Wouldn't that be cool? So
that'd be great.
A lot of good things going on, you know?
Yeah, the power of choice, see.
Choice.
I heard you say we have that choice not to stay in that, but in it's not a but, it's an understanding that many of us have adopted. And in the grand scheme of things, there's a reason for it. We've adopted, or we came and chose to learn from these old religious perspectives, and that's okay. Because when you hear perspectives, perhaps from folks like C and I, and you start to integrate, oh, is that the way it's supposed to be? Well, we're not saying the way it's supposed to be. What we're saying is, hey, that's what we learned. If that feels good to you, okay, to adopt this kind of belief system that you're always cared for by spirit, is this kind of belief system that we live in. See,
Yes.
we always know that things are kind of working out for us. In the moment of pain, it's hard for us to understand that. Okay, so in the moment of pain, all we could do is just be with that pain and be compassionate with ourselves, because the light is always going to come. We're always going to see the light if we have the trust and the faith that the light is always there for us. And it's just a way of living your life in a way that it seems to flow in an easier manner than constantly fighting everything.
Yes,
That's what we're trying to show people.
To go with the flow, right?
Going with the flow of things, that God, I'll say it from the street perspective, God always has your back.
Yeah.
But if you fall into despair, and we all do once in a while, it's going to happen. God understands that. Source understands that you're going to fall into despair. Not to beat yourself up about it, but try to get back into hope and faith.
Exactly.
And so that's what we're
not staying there. I'm sorry. Go ahead, John. Please finish.
Go ahead. No, say that. I was done with my point.
I was going to say that not to stay there, and that's been the biggest difference between my now reality with the situation with my mom and where I was in 1989 when my dad was transitioning. You know, I didn't know that I had a choice. I didn't know that I created my own reality. I didn't know that I can choose my thoughts and then I generate my own happiness. And that what happens externally outside of myself I think that was redundant, but you get it. What happens outside of myself is not what's creating my reality. If I react only to what's outside of myself, then I'm giving away my power to people, to places, to things, to situations. You know, yeah, my mom is dying. I get that. Does it suck? Absolutely, it sucks. I love my mom, and I'm gonna miss her a lot. But I've got to tell you what. See, I can be okay. I can cry if I want, like John said. You know, you're gonna feel despair sometimes. I totally judged myself for that at first. Thank goodness John reminded me that it's okay. I thought, but I'm supposed to be high vibrational. Why am I feeling this? Because I'm human. But I'm choosing. There are some moments that I choose to just go with it, and because you know what, you can't buck the current. Right? As Abraham says, right? And what we resist persists. So if I keep thinking, oh, I don't want to be sad, I don't want to be sad, well, then I'm focusing on being sad. It's just easier just to be sad when I'm sad. But then as soon as I feel like see like a glimmer of light or at the end of the tunnel, you know what I mean? Or I feel a little bit of lightness, because you know what I'm talking about. You feel that lightness in your soul, like, oh my God, I'm not sad right now. You know, and at first I was like, oh, am I supposed to be sad right now? Maybe I should be sad. And I'm like, no. This is my experience. I don't have to be anything, sad or happy. I could be whatever I am, wherever I am, and honor that, just like you're saying. And so that's what my journey has been recently. And it's been a lot of this. I'll be honest. It's been a lot of whoa, up and down, but it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. And I know that I'm seeing the bigger picture now, the better part of the time. But I want you to know it's thanks to you and my amazing dear soul sisters and my friends and everyone who's been, all the soul family has been so generous to donate and just people that care and reach out. And that's really important, because I was really hiding it at first. I didn't want to share anything about this. So anyway.
Yeah, it's amazing, see, how we come up. I mean, the more we learn what we're teaching, okay, and what we're experiencing, the more the next chapter unfolds. Okay, so, you know, here you are with this experience now, losing a parent, and I heard you say that I felt like I had to feel this way, I had to feel that way, and now that you understand, it's okay to feel whatever you're feeling, and I have a choice to you know, to to set what I would like to feel. Okay, if I don't want to stay in this sadness, there's nothing that says I have to stay there. I get to create my reality, I heard you say. And, you know, see, what I feel like we're doing, you and I are big in listening to streams of consciousness like Abraham and Stream of David and Pamela, and I mentioned a few to you. Mm-hmm. And they all say the same thing in a different way. Mm-hmm. And what I think, what I feel we try to do is let's interpret that stuff into our everyday life. How does it work when I have a parent that's transitioning? How does it work when I get a kidney infection like I did back in, you know, how does all of that work in my everyday life? Okay. People can't be on the computer listening to our spiritual concepts 24/7. They're going to listen to this stuff and this is what I feel I like to do. I like to translate, hey, listen, how is this stuff that we're talking about? How does it work in my everyday life? Yeah. And that's kind of like what I'm trying to teach.
Right? Practical applications?
Practical application of what we're trying to teach, what we're learning from spirit. Yes. And how do you apply that in your everyday life? Well, it doesn't mean that the way I apply it has to be the way for you. Okay? Mm-hmm. If you like what I say and it feels right and you say, you know, John, that's a good idea. Okay, roll with it, use it. If you don't want to use any part of it, you don't have to. Like C said, you make choices. You create your own reality. Well, I could take parts of what C says and parts of what John says, and I could create my own reality. Yes. Create your own teaching. Create whatever you want from it. So in the big picture, what are we trying to show people, see? That they have the power to do this stuff. Okay? What gives you, they have the power to do it too.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's Pamela channeled a couple of books. She says, I think they will say, knowing who you are, or those books were channeled and who you really are. Okay, let me rephrase. She channeled a couple of books that she wrote.
Talking about Pamela Busby.
Pamela Busby, yes.
Who's coming in on my show again very soon, in fact. I was supposed to be with her, but I had to switch.
I love her. She's one of my favorite. And you know, that's another thing. We'll all have our different people that we resonate with, and that's okay too.
Yes.
Okay. Just because someone gets up and starts chanting spiritual concepts, you don't have to like or dislike them. It's all up to you.
Take what resonates and leave the rest behind.
Right. I'm trying to explain to people, okay, own that power that you have from spirit. You're connected to spirit. Yes, you're in a human form, but you know, you don't have to listen to me because I'm wearing a collar and I'm preaching in church, and you don't have to take every word I say at face value. Okay, you have your own way of interpreting what you feel like you want to adopt and make work in your life. Okay, so I think I said it. See, that's all that had to come through on that.
Thank you, John. I always love listening to you, and I love what you're saying. I want to first say thank you very much for your generous donation, Kim McElwain. You are first, and also now, Kathy, Ancient Tools. Are you watching? Because she donated to the fundraiser, but I also know you're a wonderful client and long-term, friend online, and I want to know if you want a reading right now. So, Ancient Tools here, Kathy. If you're here, let me know. Let us know if you want a reading today. Good morning, good afternoon, Tamara. So glad to see you. She says, good afternoon, Megan and John and everyone. Thank you again, Kim McElwain. Hello, Shell Cole. Great to see you. Thank you, Kim, for reminding me about the PayPal link. Mike, hi, Mike. He says, hi, C and John. Kim Conway, everybody who's watching today and joining us. I'm excited. I always love working with you, John. Honestly, even if no one donated and nobody did anything today, just being with you here and hanging out with you, I love it. I love it. And I know people love to watch us together as well. And that's always a good thing. Yeah, we're very much aligned with our teachings, you know?
See, I feel the same way. Thank you. As long as we don't strike up a pineapple pizza conversation.
I swear, one of these days we're gonna have pineapple pizza and we're gonna eat it on camera together. One of these days, John's gonna come around and say, "Oh, all right, just slice." I swear. Pineapple pizza rocks.
Anytime a moment gets tense, that's all we got to do is strike up that conversation. And we lighten it up.
Absolute Spirit just tickled my scalp. They're like, yeah,
because everybody could hear me with the Jersey accent, and I believe that pizza should be this way, and everyone outside of Jersey feels like pineapple's okay. They put strawberries, they put I hear all kinds of things on pie, and I'm saying, okay. I said to C the other day, I guess I'm a pizza snob. It's just the way Jersey guys are.
Well, you're also, I also, in case you guys don't know, John used to own an amazing deli, right, John? And he's a professional homemade mozzarella maker and everything. Yep. So I get it. You got a background steeped in real Italian pizza.
I have a background steeped in tradition of old Italian customs. Okay. So that's where I'm coming from with the Jersey accent and all of that. I'm here to have a good time and keep it light with people. I don't care, guys, really. If you put cheeseburgers on your pie, whatever you like, whatever floats your boat is okay with me. But I make a big thing out of it because it's a Jersey thing. We get into the Goodfellas discussion, the Godfather. It's all to keep the moment light.
Hey, I want to show you my shirt. So I bought this shirt. Now, I want you to know this is an extra large, which is this tight size I usually get. And it's supposed to be really big and loose, and it's so not that. But I bought it at SeaWorld when I was with Diane. I feel like it's a sausage casing. But it's so pretty. Hang on a minute. Look at you see the whales? I don't know if you can see beyond the isn't that pretty?
Yeah.
I like it very much. And it's got sparkles and everything and pretty blue colors, and can't really see the bottom, but I swear, it's so funny because I bought it when we were at SeaWorld. This was like a few weeks ago. And I wore a sweater. I don't know what ever made me wear a sweater to SeaWorld, but I'm like, oh my God, I've got to change this immediately. And I wanted to buy a shirt anyway. So anyway, I bought this one. I'm like, perfect. I went to the bathroom to change it. I'm like, I'm like, oh, Diane, I don't because you want to exchange it. I'm like, I don't even know if you can exchange things with the whole mask. I'm like, I don't know. I'm good. I want the shirt. So I said, I'll just lose some weight to get into it. And then this happened and I'm dropping some weight anyway, but I'm still eating healthy stuff though. I'm making it a point to have a smoothie in the morning. So even if I'm not hungry the rest of the day, I got some nutrition in my body. That's important,
Good. See, yeah. Is that the way you like to get your vitamins in a smoothie?
It's a good way for me, it's a really good way to start my day. In fact, that's what I did to heal myself from cancer. I did a lot of things, but that's the first nutritional thing that I made it a point to do every single day. Although I'm not really cutting up all my veggies like I was then. I was cutting up everything and putting it all in, and which I still think is like awesome. But I am using a lot of supplements and frozen wild blueberries and blah, blah, blah. And so for me, that really works out well for me. And then I know I've got a foundation,
Yeah, you get those vitamins and minerals in your body early in the morning, and it sets, as long as you hydrate properly, it sets up the day for your body to work at, I say, optimal capacity. That's been a sort of like a specific thing that I've been tuning into about health. See, I've been asking my guides about, is this enough for me or is this optimal for me? And I'm trying to really hone in on how much my body needs to be optimal instead of just enough. So that's the way I've been. I'm just mentioning that. If they say you're supposed to get 4,000 IUs of vitamin, let's say D, and you take 2,000, 2,000 might be enough for you. 6,000 might be enough for the next guy.
Right.
So I would ask people to pay close attention to what feels right for them. And there is plenty of research that you can tap into that is not, how would you say, influenced by any kind of big business. You have the ability to go online, see, and research studies that are not created by, let's say, pharmaceutical industries. There is that information out there if you know how to search for it enough. It's there for you to learn about. Obviously, if a certain company wants to push their vitamin, they're going to give you research that supports that. But there's lots of information out there that's non-biased. And that's what I try to do on some of my research with taking things, is to look for sources that are, hey, look, this is what we do. We research supplements, we research certain medicines, and here is what we've discovered. And I try to cross-reference my information for what's right for you. Are we ever going to get it perfectly right? I say, see, no, I don't think so. We do the best we can with it, guys. But listen to your body, and you know what feels right when you eat it. You know what feels right. If it's something that doesn't work well for your tummy, you know what your body's going to tell you if you ask it to.
Do you ever sway test? I do that too. I
muscle test just about everything.
Okay, you get what exactly.
Okay, I do it. I kind of do it this way, and I'll even do it in. This is kinesiology, and it's easy to do. Let's say you're in a store and you want to test. Okay, you could sway.
I do that.
Okay.
Hold the item to my solar plexus, and I'm just letting everybody know what swaying is. So sway testing, where I'll actually show you. Why not? I can show you the rest of my shirt. All right, so there's the bottom part of it. Isn't it pretty? Hang on. Anyway, not a lot of room back here. Oh, shoot. Oops, I almost knocked over my furniture. All right, so sway testing is this. You guys, I'm making a mess. All right, so like if I wanted to know, do I want this crystal or not, right? Do I need this crystal today or whatever it is? Maybe it's a sandwich or something. And you hold it there, right? And then, all right, I was wondering if I was going to sway at all. So I swayed forward, so yes. Now, if I swayed backwards, then it would be a no. And if I continue to stand straight up and it doesn't affect me either way, it's neutral. This was almost neutral, but then a little bit more forward. And that's how I do it.
Yeah. I basically do the same thing, but I use the finger interlocking technique. See, yeah, you make an okay sign. Okay. You put your other two fingers in there.
Okay.
And you say something you know is true. My name is C.
My name is C.
And now try to pull it apart. You're going to feel that you have a strong response to that.
Yeah.
Because okay, and what you want to do?
The fingers, like to open them. If I'm trying to open my fingers while they're in the okay sign.
And what you want to do is set up the statement. Hey, a strong response means that it's true, and a weak response means that it's not true. In other words, if I say my name is Sally, my response is weak. And what am I doing here?
Sally.
Yeah, my name is Sally. That's
so
not
I'm able
true.
to open it a bit because it isn't true. Is that what it is?
You're able to open it easier than if you were to say a truth.
My name is C.
When I say my name is John, my fingers are solidly locked. Yeah. And I know that that's true. So what am I doing? I'm tapping into my higher self. Or what I even do is I ask my guides to come in with this stuff. I ask straight up to Jesus. I ask straight up to the angels, can you help me with this? And I want the answers directly from them. So I do all kinds of stuff like that when I'm taking medicine, when I'm taking vitamins, when I'm making a decision, when I'm asking for a friend. I could do it for you. You could do it for me. See, when I ask you, what are you getting on this for me? You're tuning into higher energies, okay? Mm-hmm. And so some people use a pendulum.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I usually have it. I have that too. Mm-hmm.
It works, but my go-to is, because it's so convenient, is right, that I use my spiritual kinesiology, is what I call it. So that's what I do.
Sorry, I turned my back. I was looking for my pendulum to be.
Okay.
I don't see it right now, but it's nearby. But no, I love that. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. I will try that too. Honestly, sometimes in the stores now, I'm thinking maybe I don't want to hold the thing so close to my body. So I think maybe I'll try that one. I don't know. I don't honestly care what people think, just so you know. But I'm just saying whatever's easiest. But I just, I think
it was funny one day. I was in a vitamin shop. Mm-hmm. And some other holistic practitioner came in and she saw me doing it. And I was testing a bunch of vitamins. She says, are you muscle testing? I said, yeah. How'd you know? She says, I do that all the time. So if, in the holistic community, it's pretty common. Anybody that tunes into energy in any way, it's pretty common for us to have a process of testing what we're getting. Okay, yes. So confirming what we're getting. So if that makes any sense, but
100%. I want to say thank you very much, Mike. You are on the list. So we've got Kim McElwain and Mike. I don't see Kathy, so she may have just made a beautiful, generous donation. Hi, Peter. Oh my God, my brother's watching. That's my birth brother. John's my soul brother.
Hey, Peter.
I see you, John. This is Peter. Peter, this is John.
What's happening, Pete? How you doing? Now. Did you say Mike? My friend Mike?
Yeah, Mike donated for a reading. Yeah.
Fritz, I can't. I'm not seeing anything on the board here. See, so I'm not connected to Facebook.
I know. I get it. I'm keep switching over to Facebook. Tamara's saying, love using my pendulum. Diane Taddy. Hi, Diane. She's saying hi, Kimmy. And Diane, thank you for your donation to the fundraiser. Tamara's saying the best way to start the day, the wild berries and green for minerals is delicious. That's exactly what I've been doing. Literally, wild berries and greens. 100%. Yeah, it's working well for me. I love that. Cool. Peter, do you want a reading today? Do you want a reading? Let me know, brother. That's my brother. That's my actual birth brother. That's really cool. I'm excited. Oh my goodness. So this is cool. See what I mean? So my mom is a healer. My mom is a teacher to the core of her being, from the day she was born till that, you know what I mean? Till she goes back to spirit. She's a healer and a teacher. And she's got some really interesting ways of teaching me, but she's taught a lot of people in all different ways. And I just love her, and I love that. And I just think it's really cool that, and Spirit's talking about focus. Oh, okay. So they're saying we're going to get right into the readings in a moment. I just want to share this. So they told me to pull this card. It's about focus. What do we want to focus on? What do we want to focus on? That's what I was talking about before. I feel like this is for the general reading right now, but it goes for everybody. Do we want to, I feel like I'm drawn to use this example. I can choose to focus on the situation and be in the 3D, okay, my mom is dying and that sucks and all that. That's okay. I can do that. But I can also shift my focus to the broader perspective and to the healing aspects. And even for me, like, make lists of, well, what all the good is that's coming out of this, all the reunions and the love and the expansion and all of that. And so it's in your own life, you can apply everything as what you choose to focus on. Is it always a choice? Nothing is happening to you. Everything's happening for you. And when you take responsibility for your own life and you hold yourself accountable for nobody did anything to you in this life. That was a big one for me, John. Huge. In my family, there's a lot of guilt and blame and shame and all kinds of stuff like that. And I had to realize that I create my own reality. Everything that's ever happened because I was a vibrational match to it. And so now I can choose completely different choices, and everybody can. Everybody can totally change their lives. You've healed yourself from strokes. I've healed myself from cancer and all kinds of things. We can all do this by choosing what we focus on. That was that.
Yeah, and these lessons we learn along the way, see, that is what, again, I say this all the time, we're teaching from those experiences and perspectives. Okay, this is the way it went for me. How does it feel for you when I say that? You know, and I found that hasn't been my experience. Okay, what's been your experience, and what can you offer? Everybody's got something to offer based upon what they went through. Okay, and we're here. The point about making it a choice, see, is very, very powerful. That's really life in a nutshell. What do you choose to make this? Well, this could be such a miserable experience. Mom is transitioning. All these bad things are always happening to me. Okay? Or I hear you say, Mom is home. She's comfortable. She's being cared for. What you chose to focus on is all of the things that you appreciate about what's going on. Okay? Does it suck? Does it suck to have a family member go into transition? Yes, it does. Okay? Yes, it does. I mean, see, when you really look at it, that's a hard experience for anyone to go through. Okay, losing a family member. But all right, am I gonna choose to stay in the darkness, or am I gonna choose to let me find the good points about this? You know, see, there's an old saying about you've heard, look at the bright side. And people say, oh, what bright side could there be? There is always something to find in the bright side. Okay, so that's an old vibrational saying that no one even understands. Look at the bright side. Well, what do you mean there's a bright side? Yeah, there can always be something in there that you could find to be grateful for. Okay, I understand in the moment how you're feeling, sad, dejected, and all of that is what you don't want to resist. Hey, I'm feeling that. It's okay that I'm feeling it. I'm not supposed to feel anything that the playbook says I have to feel. Okay, that's what I call the playbook. People go to the playbook. Well, I heard a priest say 30 years ago that when someone is grieving, I should do this or I should feel that. And you've adopted that information as something you chose to live by. And okay, listen, that's where you were at the time. And it's understandable that you adopted that. I adopted all kinds of beliefs as a little boy growing up in a Catholic home. Okay? All kinds of it. And now I understand as I look back, I'm 67, how it affected my health, how it affected my relationships, how it affected so many parts of my life. And now I'm choosing to make choices from my own connections. And so let's do some readings and have some fun.
All right, I am ready. I've already pulled. So Kim Michael I is first. I've already pulled 2 cards for her. Let me just do this. I love what you're saying, John. What actually I was while you were saying that, I was thinking to myself, really drawn. Like if you're drawn, I would love to do more shows with you, just where we're talking. You know, it doesn't even have to be readings, just talking, because I really feel like you and I have. Well, look at our combined total of years that we've been on this planet, and not only that, but we're super old souls. Both of our rising sign being Scorpio. You know, I just love talking. I love communicating with you and sharing the wisdom from source through our mutually mostly agreed upon perspectives. You know?
Yeah. See, it's really, I do this from time to time with my buddy Mike. We get together, and before you know it, 2-3 hours goes by. Mm-hmm. And now I know this kid from 16 years old. We hung out together. Okay. And we've been through everything. Mike has been the healer in my life ever since I met him as a teenager. I get emotional just thinking of that. Anyway, we get together, and here we are, two Italian guys from Jersey City, and now we're talking about spiritual concepts based upon how they worked in our life. And we just bounce this stuff off each other. And when we really can, it's been years since COVID and the things that have had gone on, that we've gotten together with. We got a soul tribe, see? Oh my God, you'd fit right in with us. We get together at my dining room table, and everybody's a psychic, a medium, a channel, an intuitive, and we bounce this stuff off each other over some Italian pastry and coffee and wine. And we have a great, yeah, it's too bad you didn't live around the block. Oh my God.
Well, maybe I'll come visit sometime. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, that would be great. That'd be great.
That would be very cool.
All right, let's tune in for our dear friend Kim.
Kim Michael I. I've got 3 cards for you, my dear. The first one is transformation. I'll show you the transformation. Also, warrior woman. We've got. I feel like you've gotten both. I know you have got these cards before. Spirit, literally, while John was talking and I was shuffling for you, they jumped out on the floor. You know how that works. So, warrior woman and transformation, as well as movement. Kim. And is it okay if I go first, John?
Yeah, please.
Thank you. So I really feel, okay, so I know I've had the honor of reading for you before, Kim, and I know that you're on this beautiful path, but right in this now moment, what Spirit is talking about, hang on. I just want to ground for a second. All right, Kim, I see you in the barn. I see you with the animal. I see you with the cows right now. I see you with the cows, and I see they're showing me you. Spirit is showing me you're like elevated. You're shining. You're glowing like you have. I'm trying to look. Is kind of this. Yeah, like around you is like an aura. An aura. They see you. The cows see you. Kim is an animal communicator, in case anybody doesn't know. Animal behavior specialist and Reiki master. She's incredible, and such a powerful healer. And they see you as like a savior. The cows, the animal, they're showing me the cows, but I know there's other animals involved. But the cows are seeing you. She used to be a dairy farmer too, as a savior, and you're going through this transformation, and you've been going through a transformation. You had to be where you were. You had to be the dairy farmer, experiencing the co-creating with them exactly where they were, with the feet on the concrete, all the things that you don't want for them now, where you want better for them all, but you wouldn't have known that if you hadn't experienced it firsthand. So you had to be there. You had to go through it. And so there's all this movement in your life, and all this amazing transformation, this energetic shifting, they're showing me like a big shift, Kim. They're also showing me February, March, April. Okay, so they're saying, hang on. Moving forward in a new direction. Standing in your power. Speaking your truth. And they're showing that, they're making me feel that from my solar plexus, through my heart chakra, through my throat chakra, out of my mouth. You're speaking your truth. They're saying that it's going to come to an inevitable conclusion. What does that mean, Spirit? You're going to be sharing your healing modalities with the world, and shining the light from broader perspective on all the animals that you want to help. So you're not fighting against what you don't want. You're focusing on the healing aspect and the high vibrational aspect. Hang on. profound meaning in your words and in your actions. They're also bringing to my attention, like you've said before, something about thinking, feeling sometimes maybe you don't speak well, and you speak beautifully, by the way, but you think sometimes you don't because you spent all the years in a barn. Well, honestly, you're speaking the language of the people that need to hear you, and everyone that you communicate with who's in the vibrational vicinity, they're going to hear you. They're going to hear you're exactly where you need to be. You're exactly the person you need to be. And I feel like your time is now. Your time is now. So I'll give this over to John. I'm going to excuse myself for a moment, grab some more water. I'll be right back. John?
Oh my God. Yes. Kim, I pulled 3 different cards, but the one that stood out for me most, and I really wanted to tune into what that message was. It says, I am ready to express my truth and on my own terms, exactly the way I want to. This is what I've been feeling, that you might have thought in the past that no one would want to hear what I got to say about animals. Maybe it'll come across crazy or weird, or they'll think I'm nuts. Kim, I don't know exactly what that's all about. Maybe you've had moments of feeling that no one would be interested in what you had to say about communicating with animals or love of animals or anything like that. Okay. I kind of feel there was some kind of resistance or intrepidation to wanting to speak your truth because no one might understand. And I can understand you because that was me, Kim. Okay? I was an old mozzarella maker from Jersey City. I was a baseball umpire. Okay? Who's going to listen to me talk about healing and spiritual concepts with that kind of background? Okay? So it's not that I'm making comparisons, but Spirit is clearly saying, the angels are clearly saying that it's time for you to break out and to do your own thing. Okay? Kim, whatever that means for you, you're going to know what that means. Whether you want to go on and do a live, whether you want to express yourself in any way that you want. If it's one person you connect with or 100, I can assure you that the world is ready for you, Kim.
I love
that. This planet. Okay, this is really filling up my heart. This planet is ready to hear what you got to say about animals. I'm going to tell you something, Kim. More people are interested in animals than you maybe believe. And more people are interested in what you have to say than you could even fathom, because everyone knows. I don't care if people are stern, hard in their heart, or whatever they're going through. Everyone can understand. Everyone at some level understands that animals are unconditional love. Okay? So whatever fear you have, whatever thoughts along those lines, Kim, that you're not going to be received or people are going to think this is crazy. Kim, oh my God. C messaged me early this morning. I was watching, and she mentioned SeaWorld, and I said, oh my God, she just got up and showed me a shirt with whales on it. I was watching a documentary, and the SeaWorld people, they took a manatee from the ocean that had become entwined in strapping, that plastic that is used to strap up a pallet of goods. And so the point was that they were trying to say, please dispose of your plastics in a mindful way, recycle them so that the animals in the sea, okay, don't get affected by these toxic plastics. So when I saw that, Kim, my heart swelled up, and I said, people are so ready to hear what you have to say.
Yes.
Okay? So there is no doubt. This other card says, behold your beauty. The beauty that you behold in others is a mere reflection of your own. It gives you a glimpse of yourself from an outside perspective. Okay? Whether this applies to animals or other people, Kim, it's for you to decide. Appreciate the beauty that surrounds you, for it is, I know you do that. Appreciate the beauty that surrounds you, for it is the same as appreciating and admiring your own. Okay? It infuses you with love. So for every time you're spending in nature and you're appreciating what you're experiencing, Kim, Spirit's saying, hey, look, that beauty that I'm experiencing in the moment is a reflection of me. So, my sister, do not be afraid. Go out there in any way you feel like you want to. Okay? However you feel like it won't be received, folks like C and I would always support you in that. We'll show up for you. You're going to find that more people are open to what you got to say about your animal communication than you believe is true. Okay? You had to experience what you went through the hard way, Kim. You got a lot of stripes, kid. A lot of stripes, meaning that you've been through some tough experiences, but it's all to show you, as dark as that was, is how bright that you really are. You're going to see. I'm just in such a place of like rejoicing for you, because you're ready to put yourself out there, and you have the support. It's up to you, sweetie. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of how you're going to be received. Put yourself out there, and well, okay, I'll say it that way. Spirit just said to me, the weirder, the better.
Okay. The weirder, the better. Cool.
The weirder, the better. The weirder, the better. Just get out there and do what you want to do, Kim. I hope this brings you some comfort in knowing your time has arrived. Your time has arrived, and you have plenty of support. Like I said, people like C and myself, and we have a whole community of people that would support you.
You know it.
If you need a little help in starting up something on a live one day, and you need some support, we're there for you. How's that?
100%. Oh, that was awesome, John. So thank you very much, Kim, for your generous donations. You've donated a lot, and I'm so grateful. I just want you to know that. Thank you very much. And Mike, you are up next, Mike. I don't see Kathy. So Kathy, if you're here, Ancient Tools, let me know, and you will get a reading, my dear. And if not, thank you anyway for your beautiful donation. And Big Brother Pete, if you want a reading or some tapping, let me know. If not, we'll just keep going. And there we go. Okay. I know it's weird if you've never had a reading like live in public. It can be strange and daunting. And so if you don't feel comfortable, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry. It's not for everybody. But for the people that it's for, it really works well for all of us. I do it too. Not only with people like John or, certain, listen, I want to share something with you guys. And I posted a video by Nikki Sutton today in the group, but I feel drawn to say that when you're looking for somebody to get a reading from, or if you're thinking about getting a reading, make sure that the reader resonates with you. Don't just choose somebody just simply because they're psychic or they say they're a medium, or maybe they are a medium and a psychic. I'm not saying they're not, but if they don't resonate with you, then find somebody else, because I assure you there's enough of us out there. There's more people, there's more psychics and mediums than I ever imagined before I got into this and developed my own skills. And so if you're looking for something, make sure that people resonate. Make sure they resonate with you. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why that just came up, but you know how that is. It came up for somebody. All right, Mike, you are next, my dear. Thank you very much, Mike. And Mike is John's friend since he was 16, right?
This is my brother.
Your brother. I love that. That's beautiful. Okay, Mike.
Better known as Fritz or Fred. Those are his nicknames.
All
Fritz
right.
or Fred.
Fritz or Fred. Which one do you prefer?
He prefers Fritz. I mean, he's had that. I don't know how long he's had that. He had that before I met him. Fritz, the Fritz.
I like that.
He's AKA the Fritz.
The Fritz. All right, the Fritz. Oh, first let me show Kim. I did pull a charm for you, and it is an angel wing. I'll leave you with that, an angel wing. Okay, now I pulled a charm from Mike. I'll start off with it instead of ending with it, and it is the Tree of Life. Can you see that? Well, not perfectly. Anyway, it's the Tree of Life. And so that I will leave you with, and then we'll continue on. All right, Fritz. I know I'm calling you Mike, but I always see your name as Mike, but Fritz. All right. It's interesting because I feel the warmth. I feel the love when I say the word Fritz. I feel it from John and also from Mike, that it's a special bond. They're actually showing me like a special connection. They're definitely showing me a brotherly connection. Very powerful. Oh, you guys are soul brothers. I mean, I know you know that, but I see it on a bigger picture, not just in this life. You've been together in other lives. All right. And interestingly, I'm sitting here shuffling the cards. You also have the movement card. You'd think I didn't have a whole deck. Don't you? Isn't that interesting when that happens? Like the same card will come up. You're like, but I've been shuffling for 10 minutes here, Joe, Movement. Hang on. It's the one on top they're saying. And interesting. Look at this. Movement and stillness. We never pulled these two cards together. Movement and stillness. Oh, I get it. Okay, I get it. It's not, at first I thought that's different, like move, stop and go. No, it's not that at all. Spirit's saying the stillness is within. The stillness is quiet, the quiet within you, Mike. And from that perspective, when you silence the mind, which quiets the ego. And what do I mean by the ego? Because there's so many things that people think about when you say the ego. I see it as the story that we are living out. Like, these are my parents. I was born here. I'm this sign. I'm that religion, or whatever. Maybe you're not, whatever. But the stories, the experiences that we go through in our throughout our lives that make us the person that we are today. Well, that's what I see as the ego. And when we quiet the mind, which is always wanting to chatter, in that stillness, we have clarity. And in that clarity, in that stillness, in that clarity, we can see. We can truly see and receive. And so from broader perspective, Fritz, the radiance. So the radiance, they're talking about is that spirit they're showing me spirit in your solar plexus, shining their light. I see a very bright light. So you quiet your mind, you're sitting in the stillness, and that's how you're standing in your power. And that's when your solar plexus and the beautiful energy right here, right there, is expanding out. It's also your heart chakra they're showing, expanding out. Okay, so in the stillness, they're saying to focus on the area. So in your focus on the heart chakra. I'm talking like New York again, the heart chakra. Focus on the heart chakra on New Jersey. So I don't know if you meditate or not, but if you do, Fritz, next time you meditate, focus on this area right here, right there. It's like interestingly, it's like almost in between the heart chakra, solar plexus. So let's just say that whole area. And just envision they're showing me this ball of light, this ball of whole white light. They're saying you're incorporating source energy. You're incorporating more of all that you truly are. You are, we are infinite beings living in an infinite universe, having a temporary human experience. And so when you focus right there and allow source to just fill you up, then you're becoming more of all that you are, less of the story that you tell yourself and more of everythingness, more oneness with the universe, with everyone else, with your higher self, with all that is, as we are all connected. So I feel like the tree of life, the tree of life has this one's maybe not, I see it as a tree of life. It's missing the bottom part. The tree of life, better example, is on the Abraham Hicks keychain, the tree of life right here, where the roots are like in physical, like where we are now. And the trunk of the tree, that's what I see as the connection, our connection. And then the greater part of all that we are is in spirit. Even right now, you're here in this incarnation, you could feel your skin and talk right? But the greater part of you is in non-physical. So this is the physical, the connection, and then non-physical. And so they're wanting you to incorporate more of the upper part of the tree into the lower part of the tree. And that's what I've got for you today. That was fun. Thank you so kindly. Thank you for your generous donation, John.
Yeah, my buddy. Well, see, you just said this about 20 seconds ago. Listen to this card. I live in a world of infinite abundance and limitless possibility. I release my illusion of scarcity and lack. Okay. In terms of my friend, this is what I'm feeling. I'm telling you, a deeply talented medium, Fritz is, and so much more. Intuitive counselor. He's got so much experience, and he is so good. I think there's one person walking around on the planet that doesn't think he's that good, and I think it's him.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I'm sorry to say it that way. He's taught me so much about trusting what I'm getting, and so now it's time. I mean, we did a meditation a couple of months ago where he guided me through a Jesus meditation, and he helped me to find the strength to go with what I was getting from Jesus. Okay. And so I'm kind of like reflecting that back to him now. This other card says, true reflection. Mirrors will reflect a more clear image of you as you release that which is not you. Take off your mask and costume. The physical world in which you live will expose a beauty beyond words. As you release your true nature, the world will reflect love. And here's another one, Fritz. Act now. Desires aren't placed in your heart for no good reason. Act on them. Insist on them. The universe will collaborate to manifest them. It is through the heart in which your God voice speaks. Okay, that's always been true for you. Fritz, maybe you just needed to hear this confirmation. Whatever it is that's going on, that you hold yourself back. Spirit, listen, basically you're being told, hey, look, you got the goods. It's up to you to put them out there. And this, I know this is resonating with him because, you know, we've discussed it a few times. I learn a lot from him because I wonder how, see, Fritz, some of you, obviously deeply talented mediums, get your information that I don't seem to get it that way. I just feel things, okay? I feel things, and I don't want to say compare myself or wish. I admire the way you see, Fritz, folks like yourself get your information. You can just freelance it. He's like that. We can sit around the dining room table and somebody comes in and he just starts telling the crowd or the person he's speaking with about who just came in, and he starts rapping out information. Whether he's had experiences with having sessions with people that it might not have flowed the way he wanted to. What I'm kind of feeling is that is where the person that's in the receiving position was not open. I never like when people challenge you mediums. I don't like when they do that. Well, tell me something, so I know that you're not a phony. I don't like when people do that. I believe that. Okay, in the sincerity of your heart, Mike, Fritz, the sincerity of your heart, what needs to be said and what you're getting will always come through. Okay? If it's coming from a place of experience, that's how your guides use you. Okay? So don't doubt that, buddy. You're ready for Okay, you're ready for what I just got was you're ready for as much as you want. Okay, as much as you want. Listen, sweetheart, we're both, the same age. You may be content just being a grandfather and doing your work occasionally. You don't have to set up shop. I did say to you that you and I might be working on something like that together. And that could be, and I'm open to that, okay? That would probably be more of, we're certainly in a position now where we don't have to go out and do that drudgery type of work to support our families. We're in our place where this stuff is fun for us now. Helping people and connecting through our hearts is fun for us. So I'm not telling you, Fritz, you got to go set up shop and get going. But certainly what I'm really feeling strongly is that there is some doubt in who you, some doubt that comes up from time to time, and that okay, Spirit just saying that They got your back, because your heart needs to be what your heart has to say, Fritz, especially in the month of February, the month of hearts, needs to be heard. So perhaps this little reading might inspire you to do a little bit more, to post a little bit more, to do whatever you feel like you're drawn to. Okay? And if you feel like you're not getting, if you're feeling like you're not getting any, what's the word? Influence, or no, that's not what I'm looking. If you feel like you're not getting any inspiration, okay, you read a lot about my post, tap on that. And if you feel like that's holding you back, even though I'm not getting the inspiration that I might want or need, I just want to accept myself. This is the way it is for me right now. Fritz, what I'm getting from this work that you helped me with, and this, what you do, it doesn't happen in thunderbolts and lightning. Okay, it develops over time, is what I'm seeing. And you've had this developed talent for consciously, you were aware of this at an earlier stage in your life. As I told you, and I'm telling everybody out there in the world, this guy's been a healer since the moment he come out of his mother's tummy. Okay, he's always been the healing presence in the people we hung out with. He was the one that people would want to talk to, because he was the most heart-centered person that would always give the best advice from the heart, ever since I could remember. So your heart is your guide, Fritz. Whatever you feel like you want to do in your heart, do it. Okay? But if you're not doing it, please don't judge yourself for not doing it. You are where you are at this point in your life. You don't have to prove anything to anybody. I'm talking about myself as I talk. You got nothing to prove, Fritz. Whatever you want to do with your talent, and we can get together and maybe make a 1 or 2 day business out of it, is up to you. But please don't, Spirit's just reminding you, you got nothing to prove to anybody. If that helps you, I mean, I hope that helps you. But that's kind of like what I'm getting out of this. You got nothing to prove, Fritz. Okay, so
beautiful.
I don't know if he's been doubting himself, or this guy is so amazingly talented. See, that he blows me away. Okay, and I don't know what that language is behind the scenes that he's got going on, but you know, Spirit's just saying that they got your back. There is no way you can fail with a heart like yours.
I have to share this. I feel like you think sometimes that you have something to prove, but that feeling that's attracting people that you might be trying to read for or help, who are maybe doubting because you're doubting yourself. So you're a vibrational match. It's the law of attraction. So it isn't that you're not any good. You're amazing. As John was saying, I feel it too. But you're doubting yourself, and then so when you are attracting somebody, you're getting someone who's going to doubt you. And so you keep reaffirming the same, recreating not the same reality for yourself. You know, I personally, I only read for people that want a reading. I do. I don't offer I don't just insert I'm just speaking personally, because I don't have any desire to prove anything to anybody. I don't have to. If you don't think I'm psychic, that's okay too. You know, and the people that are drawn to me are the people that I read for. And you're going to see when you specifically read for people who really want your readings that they're not going to doubt you, not ever, but you have to believe in yourself first. And then you're going to get those people. That's what I'm feeling.
Yeah. I just got this feeling that Spirit was saying, see, Fritz, drop the need or the feeling that your client or the person the person that's going to come to you has to be from a certain category, or you're open to helping anybody that needs help. Okay. And then the right person will show up for you. There's, it's a very, this energy stuff that we have these little feelings. Well, I only want to I only want to read for somebody that I think I'll be able to get through for. Already you're building up a resistance when you do that. So, okay, I'm seeing these corral type fences. It's time to break down the corral. Okay, let the wild horses out, and go for and just put yourself out there, energetic wise, Fritz, that you can read for anybody. It doesn't. There's still that old school, how would you say, that old belief system getting into the mix here in the energy. Okay? The anchors, what's that mean?
Okay, so I put my hand in the bag and I came up with the anchor and the angel wings. It looks like a mustache too. But anyway, so the anchor and the angel wings, just like John is saying, that you're let go, you're holding on to the anchor, which is weighing you down. And if you let go of all those beliefs and things, like I think my client should be this or that or whatever, all those beliefs, and you just allow it to flow and just allow spirit to guide you, they'll guide you and they'll guide the other people. That's not for you to create. That's spirit's job to put that all together. And then you got the angel.
Yeah. Fritz, this is for you and for anybody listening. When you come across those things, when you come across those beliefs or feelings that are outside of love that are really not true, you know what it is, see, at a very deep level, he knows that it's not true. But sometimes we don't know what to do to, how do I deal with that feeling? Well,
how do
you deal with that? You deal with that feeling by meeting it head on. Even though I'm getting this feeling that it has to be this way, and I know that's really not true, I still accept myself. And then blow it out, let it out to God and say, you know what? I just accepted myself with that feeling of, I don't know. This feeling that I know is really not true, that maybe I can't shake it. Okay? You accept that you're feeling it, and you're accepting yourself with compassion. Hey, I'm feeling this right now. I know it's not true, but it does come across my mind. It does come across my awareness. Okay? And I'd like to be free of it. Okay, I'd like to be free of it. And as you declare you want to be free of it, it is so. It's done. So if you have to tap, Fritz, if you have to meditate, but learn to recognize these things, everybody. Learn to recognize these thoughts, feelings, and beliefs that hold you back. And recognize that you're feeling it. It's true. You don't want it to be true, and give it to God. And I'm just saying it that way so that you have a mechanism to imagine releasing this from your energetic system, because these little things hold us back. Start to think and act and feel and operate and create like the God that you are. Okay, everybody? There you go.
I love that. That was awesome. And that's going to resonate with a lot of people. I'll tell you and thank you, Mike, for your generous donation. And thank you for
Thanks, Fritz.
And thank you, Kim. Oh my gosh. So if anybody wants, we have enough time for one more. We have enough time for one more. But I want to share with you that when I first started developing my psychic abilities, before I hadn't yet realized that I've always been psychic, and I didn't always work as a psychic, obviously. So I was, when I first started saying, I said, well, I'm going to be a channeler. That's what I want to do. I want to channel. And I do, but that's what I wanted to do. And as I started to do that, my psychic ability started to grow exponentially. And I'm like, wow, that's kind of amazing. And then Spirit told me, they said, you're preaching to the choir. In other words, the audience that resonates mostly with my work are other psychics and mediums. That could be daunting for some people, especially when they're first just getting into what they're doing, but I knew I had to trust Spirit. I just knew that I had to trust. And it did take, steps. I did it in steps. Although I pretty much started doing live streams right away, but still, I was still like doing baby steps, even though I was doing it publicly. I was doing baby steps, and you do what resonates with you. If you love to do it. If you don't love to do it, don't do it at all. But if you love to do it, I want to share something. I pulled 2 cards, and I feel like this is for the collective. Deep replenishment. I feel like it's for me too, but I guess I'm part of the collective. Deep replenishment, John. About rest, retreat, be held. Deep replenishment. Okay. And then also, Anna, the grandmother of Jesus. So what does that say? Seeing the light, laying the foundation's divine plan. What do I feel about this? They're saying, get ready for what's next. This is definitely for me as well as others. They're saying, get ready for what's next. Take care of yourself in the now. Take care of yourself now. Don't let yourself go because there's things going on. Take care of you. Even if you're taking care of others, take care of yourself. And you will see that the divine plan is going to unfold. And when you're nurtured and you're cared for, then you're whole and you're sitting in your own power and you're connected with source. And that everything that unfolds will be done in like synchronicities and inspirations, and you'll move from one to the next and you'll just flow with it. And because the life is unfolding right now, just as it should be. And there's huge changes taking place for everyone in this 2020, and since the solstice of December 21st, profound day. Actually, that's my niece's birthday. My brother's daughter, that's her birthday, was the solstice, the day that our whole world, shifted, our whole reality shifted into the new earth. And I just think it's profound. But so here we are in this new reality. And like it says, laying the foundations. That's what we're doing. We are laying the foundations, and you need to take care of your physicalness, right? And your spiritual self and your mental self, all of you as a whole. And when you're taking care of yourself, you're going to see you've laid the foundations for anything that's going to unfold and come next. What have you got, John? Anything?
Yeah, I got, see, when you said that, wow, it blew up at me. It said, the next move is revealed in the now. So what Spirit's telling us is, hey, look, you're worrying about the future or what I got to do to get it done, or I'm never going to get anywhere. Come back to the present. And what can you do in the present? All you can do is take good care of yourself right now. Do whatever you have to do business-wise if you feel like. But don't do it at the expense of what you know is right. What you know is right is taking good care of yourself, nurturing your health, okay? Everything will be revealed the more you practice this now moment. Everything will be revealed. Your next voyage, your next journey, your next step, it'll all be revealed if you could bring yourself back to what can I do for myself right now? Right now, if I need to rest, right now, if I need to do a little work, I'll do it. What I need to do in the moment. But this constantly reaching for 5 years from now, 10 years from now, guys, we must deal with what we have now and understand that it'll all be taken care of. It's like Spirit knows what we want and what we need. Okay? Your soul knows. It's already It's already in your heart and soul. Okay, it's there. All you got to do is take care of yourself now, and you'll be led to where your soul. It just unfolds. See? I don't know how to explain it. It just unfolds.
I feel it. I feel what you're saying.
I'm getting that vision of Moses parting the Red Sea.
Oh yeah.
He acted in faith, and everything just comes out.
That's beautiful. Thank you, John.
Okay. Do we have anybody else? See?
So I think we are. I think Mike was our last reading. Let me take.
Okay.
So I think we are. Let me just double check. All right, guys. If you're watching and you want a reading, we have time for one more. But in the meantime, I thought maybe we could tap through something. Will you?
Yes.
You want to do that?
Sure.
Because I'll tell you what I want to tap through. If it's okay with you, I'm putting my cards away. If anybody wants the reading and we have enough time left, then I'll do that. But in the meantime, I don't think it's going to happen right now. I think we're supposed to go here. So, okay. So in case anybody else is dealing with any kind of grief or loss or something like that, can you tap us through that? Because I know I can certainly.
Well, the idea, guys, I'll show you the tapping points.
Mm-hmm.
And the side of the hand point is where, now look, I'm going to interpret this. I got that feedback going on today.
Let me mute myself.
Am I coming through clear to you, see? Okay. I'm going to interpret this the way I feel like people will understand it better. It's really not what we do in EFT, but the practitioner usually doesn't explain all of this stuff. But whatever you're feeling in the moment, okay, it's important to identify that. Identify what you're feeling and feel it in your heart and soul. What is it? Stop and ask yourself, okay, instead of being unconscious and unaware, mindfulness is the deep understanding of what I am truly feeling in the moment. Okay. And that's where tapping is wonderful, but it's not, it doesn't work as well unless you really get into what you're feeling. So identify what you're feeling. And sometimes and I want to explain it this way. Sometimes your feelings are so conflicted that you can't even identify a feeling. See, does that make sense?
Totally,
okay.
Yeah. Sometimes you're like, what am I feeling? Yeah.
All right, what am I feeling? Even though I can't even explain what I'm feeling.
Mm-hmm. Even though I can't even explain what I'm feeling.
That's just the way it is right now.
That's just the way it is right now.
Now, when you say that's just the way it is right now, that's a form of acceptance. See, there is a million ways to accept it. Okay, you can say, even though I can't even explain what I'm feeling, I still love and accept myself. You could say it that way. That's the traditional EFT statement.
Wait, how about this one? Even though my cat keeps sticking her tail in the frame, I still totally love and accept my cat. Oh, it doesn't really work that way, does it? I still love and accept myself.
I still accept myself.
Okay, I'm listening. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
That's okay. That's okay. But see, I want people to understand the idea of what we're doing here. Okay?
Absolutely.
It's total acceptance. Okay? So, see, perhaps you might want to recall, if you can, how you were feeling in your let's say down moments with mom. What was that like? You know, what was that like? Jesus. If you want to share it.
It was, yeah, I don't mind. I just see now it's funny because now that I'm feeling really high vibrational right now, I don't connect to those feelings, but I can. But what was I feeling? Because I really at the time I definitely needed that. But I was, let's see. I was feeling despair and sorrow and grief and loss and self-pity and pain and
Okay.
and
Now,
hopelessness and lack of control, because I wanted to fix things and I could only do so much, you know. That's what I
okay.
was feeling.
And so, see,
I did a lot though.
in your deep awareness and in your okay, you're a very, very mindful person. You are aware of your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so she just gave us a lot right there. Okay. She can, and what we ask you to do in EFT is, let's start with the one that seems to be the highest point of resistance. Okay. And what are we doing with this? We're not telling you that you shouldn't feel this stuff. There's no shoulds or shouldn't. That's just the point of EFT. There's no judgment about any of it. This is what I feel, and I accept that this is true for me in the moment. Okay? And then we remind ourselves that's just how it is. This is what I'm feeling. I'm feeling hopeless. I'm feeling
Despair.
whatever it is I'm feeling. And we tap through the points, see? And what are we doing? We're just creating a flow in the body to let it flow so that it doesn't hold us in some kind of a state that's going to create further resistance. Okay, I accept that I'm feeling it. I don't like that I'm feeling it, but it's uncomfortable to feel this right now. Okay, and so what Spirit is saying, gave us this tool is, you don't need to suffer with these heavy emotions all the time. You can let them flow. Okay, and so see, I'm sitting in the doctor's office the other day, right? So I like to give these little life experience examples so that people can understand.
Yeah.
Okay, how do you use EFT in a doctor's office? I'm sitting there, and here's what's going through my mind. Oh, he's going to find a couple of my numbers high, and he's going to make me do something. Okay, he's going to make me have this procedure that I don't want to do, and I don't want to have a confrontation with this guy.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
listen. See, I was just processing what I was feeling.
Yes.
Okay, he's going to make me, or I'm afraid of what those tests are going to reveal. I'm afraid of what those tests are going to reveal. And I just tapped through 3 or 4 rounds. I went in there totally calm. The visit couldn't have gone any better. What I felt was true for me, the doctor happened to agree with. That's just the way it flowed because I let down all the resistance to the worry, the fear. I just gave it up to God. Hey, look, I'm feeling all of this fear right now and it's uncomfortable. And what I'm saying to people is you don't have to live in all of that uncomfort all the time. You can process that. The human mind needs to process this information. So, see, in whatever you were going through, you just can simply tap or just feel it. However it works for you. You don't have to tap, guys. But
you know
I'm
what?
trying
It felt like, now that I'm thinking back about it, I forgot because I feel good now. But it felt like anxiety, and I haven't had anxiety in so many years. But
okay.
I've definitely recognized it as, like, I would wake up feeling dread, and I would go to sleep feeling dread. It was that horrible. It was a horrible feeling. God.
Feeling of dread. I got
alone. Yeah, that.
and all of that means. See, you see, if you keep tapping on it, all of the meanings that dread has in its encompassing feeling. Okay, dread could mean that I'll never be able to see my mother again. Dread could have a million meanings for you.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is we all perceive our world in a different way. And what does that mean for you? All I know is I'm just going to be with that and let it flow so that I don't build up further resistance to it. I don't get sick over it. I can express whatever I feel without any kind of judgment. Okay? So I go back to the law of attraction with this, and they don't explain this in EFPC because I don't know if they see it that way or not. But what you mentioned before, what we resist persists. That is a law of attraction belief, okay? What we struggle with, we'll grow bigger with.
Yes.
So how do we not struggle with it? We meet it head on and we say, hey, I'm feeling sad and that's just how I feel. So we're letting our guard down. We're giving it up. We're letting go of any kind of resistance. I don't want to feel sad. I don't want to feel uncomfortable, but that's how I feel, God. Call it a prayer. Okay? Okay? And the more you do that, you're going to calm the nervous system in your body. This fight or flight response turns into the loving response from your prefrontal cortex. See, that's what it's doing in the science of our body. Okay? We're going from a place of fight or flight, which is the amygdala, to the prefrontal cortex, where we can love and feel peace. At our human level, okay, it is we come here with a connection of love and peace. We develop all of these belief systems that take us away from our peace. So the tapping brings us back to the place of peace. I can say anything that I feel, and I'm not judged about it. It's sort of like the language of source. It's the language of source. See? Hey, source doesn't judge me. Why should I judge myself? Okay? I feel this. I feel
Can you do any specific breathing through it? And also
you absolutely breathe through it. See? You absolutely deep breathe through it.
Okay, deep breathe through the
And I suggest learning how to nostril breathe.
Nostril breathe.
Make sure you're breathing through your nostrils. And here's something that people don't understand. They believe that you should breathe out through your mouth. Actually, nostril breathing both ways is very, very healthy. I got that from Dr. Joe Dispenza.
Oh, okay. Cool. I love Dr. Joe.
Nostril breathing.
Nostril breathing.
So
it's in Tai Chi. They do nice nostril breathing too, in and out. This is interesting.
Nostril breathing, yes. Because I don't know, it's lighting up something in your brain.
Yes, yes.
And see, we have two sides of our brain, and a lot of times we're operating homolaterally, one side. So the tapping and all of these crossover exercises that we like to do, they do them in brain gym for children that are having autism. And there are, there are a number of exercises that we can do. That's why people feel good when they do yoga. They're crossing their energies over, and they're incorporating the use of both sides of their brain. So your thinking is clearer, your processing is clearer, your ability to feel peace is easier. That kind of stuff is the end result of doing breath work, tapping. You want to get back to your state of natural flow. Your state of natural flow is peace. You didn't come here to be a mess full of anxiety. No. You didn't come here for that.
Nope, you're right.
So you have control over that. You have choice.
Well-being is our natural state. That's correct, yeah.
Peace is our natural state. So that is what the tapping is doing. Hey, see, okay, you got to go to a 5 o'clock. I'm going to go have dinner.
All right. John, thank you for all of this. Thank you for being here and doing this beautiful fundraiser with me. I appreciate it so much, and I love spending time with you. I appreciate your friendship, and I appreciate all of you for joining us today. And thank you for the extra tapping session at the end, too.
See, I'll see you. I know we'll do it again soon. I love doing it.
Looking forward to it.
Okay, honey. Have a good evening.
You too. Enjoy your dinner, John.
You going to be with Debbie?
Yes, Debbie and Kim and Kimmy.
Take,
Are you coming with us or no? Oh, yeah.
no, I'm going to go have dinner
Okay.
with my honey and say hello to Deb, Kim, and Kimmy.
I will. I will definitely.
Send them my love.
Surely will. Thank you, John.
Bye, C.